Introduction. How to Keep or Get a Man. I'm writing this book because a lot of women out there are fed up with the choices that they have in men today. They keep saying repeatedly there are no good men out there. Ladies, you could be the problem. Some women might not know how to keep or get a good man. You might be doing something wrong. I'm going to show you how to keep or get a good man. I want you to dissect this book because it will help you understand men better. I know you have all been waiting on a book like this one. Well, here it is. This book will help your present or future relationship. I'm going to tell you the best way to keep or get a man is through his heart. Let me explain. Ladies, everything is connected to a man's heart, his brain, stomach, passion stick, and eyes. Think about the brain. You can get his mind, but without his heart, you have a man who will only listen to you, but nothing more. You also can feed him his favorite food, but if you don't have his heart, you have nothing. Think about his passion stick. If you don't know what I mean by his passion stick, then stop reading this book. It is not for you. Okay, you can ride, moan, take it all, and talk to him while you are making him feel good. But if you don't have his heart, you don't have anything. Let me restate that one more time. Ladies, if you don't have his heart, you don't have anything. I'm going to tell you who has his heart. His mom, dad, sister, brother, kids, cousins, and friends. My job is to help you get your man or future man's heart. And I am going to touch on a lot of things. So find a corner, a security station, a nurse's station, a seat in your tractor trailer, on the bus, on a cruise, or in a jail or prison, or some other quiet place while you drink your coffee and get ready to get educated. Please note, the characters section at the end of the chapters will help you understand things that men talk about when women are not around. They will help you see things from a man's perspective. Please pay attention and take notes on what I'm about to share with you. Chapter 1. Ladies, I'm going to start with the good part. No, it's not about sex. I will write about that in a later chapter. In this chapter, I'm going to talk about the different types of men and how to identify them. I want to say this. To any woman who is currently being physically abused by a man, please leave him today. He could kill you and leave a scar on your children's lives forever. It's never okay for a man and woman to physically abuse each other. Ladies, let's get started. The mama's boy, the quiet man, the hard-working man, the player man, the freaky man, the controlling man, the jealous man, the entrepreneur man. The mama's boy. We all probably know a mama's boy. That is a man who lets his mom control his life. I think he needs to grow up and take care of his woman, and mama needs to mind her own business. I had a moment, sorry. He needs to learn that you are the new mama with benefits, right? The mama's boy loves to talk. He talks more than women do, and he also wants lots of attention. He is so spoiled, and when mama calls him, you turn into number 2. I bet some days you want to leave him, but you love him so much you want to work it out. I want you ladies to get him to see what he is doing to you. What I'm about to say may sound crazy to some, but it does work. I want the ladies who can buy a pet dog to purchase one. I want you to put that dog before him. The best dog closest to being a human is a Shih Tzu. I want that dog to be your new man. I want you to put that dog first. If you have a friend that has one, then borrow the dog for a month. I guarantee you he will clean up his act real fast. I don't want you to go overboard, but make him realize he can be replaced with man's best friend. When he realizes that he is number 2, I want you to explain to him that no one should come before you. Let him know that you want to be his number one so you guys can maintain a healthy relationship. Now, this is for the women who are not into dogs. There is a person most women overlook. I'm talking about your father, Dad. Dads are people that men fear and can be jealous of. I knew this lady who had a husband who didn't do things around the house, like fixing stuff and mowing the yard. She decided to get her dad to do those things. I tell you what, her husband got tired of another man at his house doing the things that he should be doing. Today, her husband does everything. Ladies, sometimes you have to use your dad to give your man or husband that push. I know you don't want to use your dad, but he is there for your use. He's been there all these years, and he will be there now. Your dad is someone you should talk to more. I strongly encourage you to take your dad out to dinner, and I want you to make this a weekly event. There's nothing like having time alone with your dad. Don't be ashamed to ask him about men, because he's been there and done that. Wake up! He was a young man before. Please leave Mom at home. Now I'm about to talk to the women whose fathers weren't around. I know he wasn't around when you were a kid, but it's time to forgive your father and have that relationship with him. You meet strangers every day and fall in love with them all the time. Realize that your dad is human, and he has made some mistakes. The reality is we all have made mistakes. Please forgive your dad. Believe me, deep down he's always thought about you, and he loves you with all his heart. Ladies, don't ever let Mom or anyone else keep you from having a relationship with your dad. We as fathers don't get the recognition that we deserve from our children. Dads have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share with you. Please use your dad to help your relationship. He is there to help you. I have provided 2 very vital tips that can help you turn your mama's boy into the man you deserve. When you think about it, your dad and a dog will give you unconditional love, and that's another thing. They want all the time that you will give them. I want you to spend more time with your dad. The quiet man. I'm talking mostly to the single woman right now. Even though there are married women who want to bring that quietness out of their men. The quiet man is a man who observes people, is very genuine and truthful, and can be shy. I want you to know, ladies, these men know a lot about the world and things that can be very helpful to you. I'm going to help you get your quiet man to talk. Please, single women, on your first date with a quiet man, do not go to a restaurant and a movie. Quiet men don't do well on restaurant and movie dates. When you feel a man is quiet, try to see what he likes. Ask him what activities he enjoys, or talk to him about his hobbies. He will open up to you, then you two will be on your way to fun and happiness. Sometimes a woman thinks if she goes out on a date with a guy and he doesn't talk much, he is not her type. Ladies, give the quiet man a chance. You don't want to miss out on your future husband just because he's quiet. The hard-working man. The hard-working man works in construction, is a police officer, or perhaps is a post office worker, warehouse worker, a cable guy, and so on. I'm talking about a guy who wears a uniform and sometimes gets dirty on the job. These guys are overlooked by certain women, and sometimes they are overlooked by their supposed-to-be wives. I hear a lot of single, hard-working guys say they are overlooked for men who sell substances, drugs, in the community, or for players who are jobless but know how to dress. Ladies, I bolded that for you so you can read it every day, because most of the latter type of men are the ones who are hurting our women. They are the men who are leaving you with broken hearts because they are doing things that cannot help you and your families grow. So I want you to stop fooling yourselves. The hard-working man is looking for the right woman to make him complete. He gets up to go to a job that he may not like. Note that this shows he can be dedicated to anything he puts his mind to. This guy likes to chill and relax when he gets off work. He also likes to spend time with his family. Ladies, I said he likes to spend time with his family. That is his purpose when he gets off work. If you are married to him and he's not doing the things that I pointed out, then you need to fix it today. As I said before, he knows dedication. When a hard-working man is dedicated, he loves you to death. I want all you single ladies to give these guys a chance. When you see a hard-working man at the grocery store, start a friendly conversation with him. Believe me, if he is interested in you, he will ask for your number. And if he doesn't, then you ask him for his. I want you to ask him whether he is single. If he says yes, then I want you to say, "What is wrong with you, boy? Do I need to show you how to talk to a woman searching for a good man?" He'll probably laugh, smile, or even look shocked. I'm teaching you how to think outside of the box. They say if the old way isn't working, try a new way. I'm going to tell you this. The old way of man chasing a woman is gone. These days, players mostly chase women. Hard-working men are tired of women who want only money or what a man can do for them. Men are shell-shocked. That is why hard-working men don't chase anymore. Women, men don't feel you are desperate because you approach them. Believe me, when you get that hard-working man's attention, he will chase you to the end of the planet. I want you to lead by example. Be faithful, dedicated, learn about him, be patient, and make sure he knows you are a good, hard-working woman. The player player. The player player is a guy whose life revolves around sex, money, and hurting women. The player player is good at what he does, and that is telling women what they want to hear. I wasn't going to put the player player in the lineup, but I felt that women needed to know about him. These guys prey on women with low self-esteem and women who have just gotten out of bad relationships. My advice to you is if you had just recently gotten out of a bad relationship, give yourself time to breathe so you won't be vulnerable to a player. These guys' job is to build you up, then drop you when they are done with you. I see a lot of people on Facebook bragging about this perfect man, putting pictures on their pages, but then after a month or so, you don't see any more posts with the player player, and that's because he has gotten all that he wanted. He's out. Ladies, stop doing this to yourselves. Please do your work before you commit to a person you don't really know. A nice restaurant, money, good conversation, flowers, gifts, and meeting his friends doesn't mean he loves and wants you. When he allows you to meet his kids and his parents, and you see a consistent pattern, then that might be the start of a new relationship. Be bold. Ask him whether you can post a few pictures of the both of you on your Facebook. Also, he should allow you to tag him. Word to the wise. If you want to know whether a man is really into you, then ask him to post a picture of just the two of you on his Facebook page. I'm now shifting my focus to the women who are in relationships or married to players. I don't know how long you have taken this mental abuse, but it is time for you to stop. Be the strong women I know you are. Here's what I want you to do. Number 1, and most importantly, get your self-esteem up. Start dressing yourself up every day. Get your hair done every week. Have some me time without the kids. Save up to buy yourself a new car, and don't let him drive it. And join a gym or find or start a workout group. I want you to know that you are the queen of your household, and the queen always looks good and has high self-esteem. He will see that change in you, believe me. A player hates it when his woman has high self-esteem, dressing her ass off, looking good, and being able to think for herself. I'm all for the family staying together, but if this new you runs him off, then so be it. Hey, you might meet a quiet man or a hard-working man. I strongly urge you to please identify players. If your son is a player, then tell those women whom he is involved with, because it could be you. The freaky man. This part is not for teenage girls to read. If you don't want them to read this part, please tear this section out of the book. I take it that a lot of women love this kind of man. My wife put me in this category. Shame on her. This guy is a good guy because he brings out things in his woman that she didn't even know were in her. This guy normally doesn't brag about what he can do. He might give you a little to see what you know. When the time is right, he might blow your mind. This guy has done something in his past that will blow your mind. I'm going to warn women, if you are a plain Jane, stay away from a freaky man. Do you want to know how you know you have a freaky man? I know you want to know. If a man lets you sit on his face, he is a freak. If he says, I'm not doing that, then you might want to read the chapter on sex. I know my wife doesn't want me to talk about this, but I have to stay real for my readers. I can remember when I was young, about 17 years old. This older guy, asked my cousins and me whether we ate vagina. We were like, heck no. I was thinking to myself, these dudes are sick. Later on, I learned that those older guys knew more than me. Today, I probably eat it better than they do. The reason I told that story is that women need to be adventurous. I can see you now, saying, I'm not doing that stuff. That's too freaky, Omar. I'm telling you, ladies, the freakier you get, the harder it will be for another woman to steal your man from you. Please, don't be scared to be adventurous. The controlling man. The controlling man is a guy that wants everything to go his way. Why would you want to be a human being that is under somebody else's control? Growing up, this guy was controlled by his parents, and now he wants to control you. Tell the devil to give you 50 feet. Controlling men can be mentally and physically abusive. The prescription for a woman in a relationship with a controlling man is to leave him so he can get that controlling in check. He loves you, yet he reacts the way he grew up or is very possessive. Ladies, if he is possessive, he needs help. You need to ask him to seek help to save your relationship or marriage. I direct this statement to the single women. Be sure to look for the signs of a controlling man. I want you to ask a man long before you have sex with him whether he is a controlling man. Ladies, tell him point blank that if you see any controlling ways, you are done. How many times have you asked a man whether he was controlling before you had sex? I bet probably never. You must start today. I want you in a healthy relationship. After all, life is too short.